Hi everyone, I'm Brandon.
I'm Kate, and welcome to episode 4 of Just the Two of Us, a homebrew combination of Monster of the Week and a 5th edition beta system called Lasers and Liches, created by Chris Locke.
And we are already increasing our production value by getting a brand new microphone, so hopefully this will help us fight our space ghosts that we've been dealing with our audio issues. Let's go find out, and let's take a spacewalk with just the two of us.
Transmission start. Last time, when we left ALEC, he had just been given a task to help raise funds for the astral transport system in order to help rebuild after a terrifying space worm invaded and basically ate half of the actual body itself.
Oof, struggle? You all right there?
Couldn't think of the words. Yeah, so you decided to go on, what was it called?
You want to just start all of this over once you have all that written down, and we'll start it over so it flows a little better, so we'll just edit all of this out in post?
I guess. All right, ready?
You got the name of the thing that we went to?
Do.
All right, here we go. Take 2.
All right. Transmission start. The last time that we left ALEC, he had just been taken... Nope. Dang it!
It's so close.
Transmissions start. Last time that we left ALEC, he had been going through a bunch of different job options through the Callisto catalog in order to help raise funds in order to rebuild the astral transport company. Dang it! It's been a really long time since we've recorded. The Astral Transport Company, right? The ATC. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm so sorry. Do it again. Transmissions start. Last time on Just the Two of Us, we had ALEC going through a bunch of different job offers within the Callisto catalog in order to try to raise money to help fund the repairs of all of the Astral Transport Company base after a terrifying space worm had chewed through half of it. The job that he had decided that he wanted to land on was helping out an older creature of some kind named Dizzy, who needed help adjusting her will after the sudden death of one of her grandchildren. After assisting her in going through all of these various changes, as ALEC was about to leave, there was a phone call that Dizzy answered, saying that another one of her grandchildren had just very suddenly passed away in the night. There had to be another adjustment made to the will, but out of the corner of his eye, ALEC had noticed that a companion droid, a wacky-wavy inflatable arms droid, was somehow watching him and giving him a creepy vibe. Once Dizzy had left in order to pay you for this wonderful service that you offered, the droid attacked, and yeah, exactly. You barely made it out with your life, but some cool things happened as you went into hand-to-hand combat with this wacky-wavy inflatable arms droid. A new app that you had discovered on your watch, which has been inactive for as long as you can remember, suddenly flashed a new app that you pressed the little button for, and you got new armor that appeared all over your body.
Yeah, it did.
You also were gifted, it seems, a sword of some kind made of both code and lasers. Despite barely making it out with the last shred of your existence, you were able to make a pretty quick dispatch of this droid. Mm-hmm. You chucked it out a window, and you asked what if there had been anything going on with any of the grandchildren of Dizzy. Mm-hmm. You found the address book of all the individuals that are currently remaining, and she said, if you can, go find out what's going on, and there will be more money in it for you.
Money!
So you picked up the last remaining shreds of your life and hobbled back to Betty, and that is where we start today.
Yes.
So as you hobble yourself back into Betty, your little spaceship, you dock Joe in the navigation portal. You do have the small address book that does contain the addresses of all of the grandchildren from Dizzy. And as Joe is docked, you notice that there's a little tiny bar, a little progress bar in the upper right corner. It's about 80% and keeps going up steadily.
Nice.
You watch it for a second and it hits 100%, and Joe says, "New app downloaded."
Oh, sweet. Oh, great. Thank you, Joe. What is this new app?
You take a look at the app, and it looks like it is an exact same replica of the current shield that is emblazoned on the front of your armor, which you are still sporting. For a refresher for everyone, including yourself, the shield itself looks like it should be an actual physical shield. The top is very rounded and meets a little bit towards the top, and then has rounded edges on all sides coming to a point. The top half of it is a very bright blue color, and the bottom half a very bright pinkish purple color. Both colors that are present and currently running through all of the armor, almost like an active current. In the very center of that shield is a 6-pointed star alternating between the colors of white and black as it goes around. And that exact same icon is now a new app that you see on Joe. What do you do?
Joe, what is this new app?
Beats me. I've never seen this before.
Oh, well then, let's find out. Open the app, Joe. Or I pull him out. Can I like? Can I connect?
Open it for you.
I don't know. Like, can I connect? Like, do I open it? Like, do I have to take him out of his dock, or can I like hit the button while it's in his dock?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, it's
Okay.
not like, even though we say dock very much like the Switch, you are able to actually see it because that's where your GPS is.
Sure.
So you can absolutely still interact.
Yeah,
with that.
then I would absolutely just hit the button.
Sure, absolutely. You open up that button and you can see that there is a bunch of different code that starts filtering down through your system. And you can see that as it's filtering down, there's different points on the right-hand side that appear. A number of them are still in red as your eyes are still flashing that red warning sign because you're literally at 1 HP at this point. But you'll notice that all of the parts that hurt the most on your body are now appearing, and each one has a little progress bar. Essentially what this is the short rest app. So you can press that whenever you have 30 minutes to spare, and it is going to act like a short rest.
I am going to smash that short rest app, much like you should smash the like and subscribe button right here on Behold This Crit on YouTube. But yes, I will smash that button really hard. Well, not hard enough to break it, but yes, very much, because as you said, I am at 1 HP and I am a hurt boy.
So how I'm going to, because I'm the GM and I can choose what I want to do, how I am going to make these short rests work is you would, as long as you have half an hour to be able to sit and basically plug yourself in and have Joe connected to your system, so either on a ship or just in a non-threatening area, you can hit that button, and all of the, instead of rolling your hit dice in order to determine how much HP you actually gain back, you can just take away one of those hit dice and get the max out of it. So for example, you're level 2, so if you have 2d8, you can just say, I use one of my hit dice and you gain 8 HP back. So you will always have that standard number. Okay,
easy enough.
Yeah.
Then let's do that. So, so to kind of put it back into perspective where we were, right? So I had gone back to Betty. He's going to be heading back to Varsolis to get a communication device, a cell phone, if you would, so I can start calling these people before I just start showing up at their doorstep and be like, who are you? So we're gonna do that. So I figure it should give me about a half hour to plug in, charge myself while we get to Varsolis and to a shop to get a phone, I suppose.
Sure.
So I would like to do that, and I will do exactly what you said, take one of my 8s and just make it an 8, and I will be at 9 hit points now.
Woohoo! Big money.
Big money. Ready to fight the world.
What's your max HP?
10? Yeah. We're right there, guys. Actually, no, I take that back. It's 18. It is 18.
Oh,
so
look at you being fancy.
I know, right? Because I think that's because I leveled up.
You should be a level 2?
Yep.
3.
2.
2. Yes.
Level 2.
I just want to make sure I did not miss anything that was.
I mean, if you want to give me another
important.
level, I'm cool with it. Like,
Listen,
we can do that. We can just make it 20. Let's go.
You gotta earn this level. And boy, are you gonna earn it. Just you wait. Okay, so easy enough. You put on autopilot, you calculate Joe to go back into Varsolas. Specifically, if you are trying to head towards the closest cell phone store or cellular device store, however you want to say it, astral device. I don't
Communication.
know. Communication device.
Communication systems device. Too many systems.
Easy enough. You know that there's one located in Valsola, so you put in the coordinates there, and you're able to just sit down in your own separate area and start to chill out. It is about an hour and 20 minutes to get there, so you have plenty of time to be able to take this short rest, so no big deal there. After a little bit, once Betty has arrived outside the actual store itself, at this point it was a very early appointment that you had with Dizzy. At this point, I would say it's only about 9 or 10 a.m.
Okay.
So there are a number of people out on the streets. All of the shops are open, so no issues there. And the store that you arrive at is called NetX.
NetX. Ooh.
It has a giant X around a circular kind of World Wide Web logo. So it's the circle with all of like the wireframe around it, but it has a gray and white X that's like super bold and aggressive on the front. And that is the store.
All right. Well, I guess I looked down at myself, and I'm probably still in all my cool purples and blues and stuff, but probably shouldn't be.
So that's a good point. So after your short rest has ended, you did notice that as you started to heal up, your armor started to kind of dissolve away. You no longer have the sword in your hand, everything kind of all fades. So it does seem that after a period of time, when you are away from any threats, it does disappear on its own.
Easy enough.
You're not 100% sure how to actually control that at this point, but...
It's okay. At least I'm back to normal Alec in his Hawaiian shirt, his newsboy cap. He would probably pop on his aviator shades and get out of the ship and kind of bloop bloop and lock up Betty and head towards NetX, get in there, see what's going on.
Sure, absolutely. You go through the automatic glass doors that part as you approach NetX, and inside there's very much a gray and white theme here. All of the walls and floor are different shades of gray with very bright white lights that illuminate all the different newest technologies and everything that are along the sides of the wall. There is a constant display of different LED screens around the store that are showcasing many different variety of creatures just enjoying life with their brand new devices. Within 5 seconds of you entering this store, a short, round little hiveborn, a kind of short fuzzy black hair that sticks out in every direction bee individual. With a big ol' smile on his face, comes waddling over to you and has a black and white kind of slash pattern kind of uniform on. On the upper left of his uniform is a little nameplate that says Dillip.
Dillip.
And Dillip says, "Hi, welcome to NetX. How can I help you today?"
Well, hi, friend. I need a communication device. I need to be able to call people.
Oh, of course, that's literally what we're here for. I didn't realize that my voice was going to go this high, but I guess this is what Dillip sounds like. I love Dillip.
It's a good Dillip voice.
Dillip is extremely smiley and more beyond just the regular kind of, retail interface that you would see. It looks like he genuinely is happy to be here, or at least, get it, B?
Got him.
Got him in one. He has large clear frame glasses that are big rectangular across his face, but he carries a little tiny digital clipboard with him, much fancier and slimmer than the one that your boss always carries.
Of course.
But he says, absolutely, what kind of device are you looking for today? Are you looking for a phone call device? Are you looking for a home device? Are you looking for a smart home device? Are you looking for a GPS device?
Well, I have a GPS device and I don't have a home, so let's just say it's a communication device, like a phone device, if you would, so I can call people.
Absolutely, we can get you set up right now. Now, have you ever purchased a device with us previously?
That would be a big no. Most of my device comes from my boss, but now that that's kind of, well, I guess it's still there, but he can't really afford anything. So I just need to be able to call people because I've got people to call now.
Well, we have wonderful different sales that we can connect with anyone who is in the business department. So what we can do is we can search up your current company that you work for and see. I can trigger, I'm like triggering you in the back of my mind. But we can absolutely look that up and see that we can get you any fun discounts with it.
Oh, absolutely. So you can look up the Astral Transport Company to see if they have anything. I doubt it, though.
I absolutely can. Follow me. He brings you over to one of the many center islands within this store itself. You can see that there's a few other individuals that are also other employees working here that are helping out just a handful of different customers. Not really super busy in the store today. But he brings you over to the center island where there is a couple of different very slim, almost like paper-thin little monitor displays with a little keyboard at the bottom. The keyboard, of course, is just built into the...
It's okay.
The heck was that?
It's just a dog outside. Also, since we broke everything up, can you just move those papers? I realize that we've got a bigger scene over here now, but that's fine. Go ahead. You can see like the entire chair over there. It's fine.
Anyway, he brings you over to where this monitor center is, the keyboard built into the actual tabletop of this center island, and quickly types in Astral Transport Company. As he types it in, he goes, well, it looks like that actually you can be covered for this plan here. It just depends on if you're looking for a brand new phone or if you have an existing phone and you need a new SIM card. Well, I don't know why I just got so quiet all of a sudden. We're going to have our own separate conversation over here now.
Well, I don't have a phone. I was never given one. Tony never gave me one. So I guess I will need a new phone.
Sure, we absolutely can set you up. It looks like that he definitely has you set, or at least the company set, for the lowest plan that is available.
Not a surprise.
But yeah, we can surely set you up with something. You said you were looking for a cell phone, correct?
Yes, a cellular communication device.
Perfect. And now are you looking for a full cellular device? Are you looking for a watch device? Are you looking for a headset device? What kind of device are you looking for?
Probably the full cellular device, like an actual thing that I could do. So, although I do have a watch, maybe we could just put it right on the watch, and then if the watch connects to Joe, I don't know. What do you think, Dylan? What's better?
Do you show him the watch that you have?
I
do. For half a second,
He's like,
his whole demeanor drops, it shatters, and you see the full nerd come out and goes, wait a minute. He goes to grab your arm and goes, I'm sorry, can I take a look at this? This is so exciting. I haven't seen this kind of technology in decades.
Sure. I mean, it's the latest and greatest that Tony has.
He takes your arm very gently, just kind of moves over your wrist to kind of take a look. He goes, wow, it's actually in fairly good shape, all things where did you get this? Was this passed down from your family for generations?
Well, the watch actually is just part of my arm. I don't even think Tony gave me this. This was just something I've had.
Charleston, come take a look at this. He waves over one of his other colleagues. He goes, whoa, what? This is from back in the day, and they're totally geeking out about this.
Thank you for aging me and making me feel old. I really appreciate it.
Dylan goes, I'm so sorry. It's been a real long. We don't normally get these kind of ancient devices in here. But actually, I think that these can actually hold a SIM card. Hold on. And so he kind of adjusts your wrist to take a look at the sides of the actual watch itself. And he goes, yep, there it is. And he has a little, it's different from a SIM card popper. It's actually more of a scanner.
Sure.
And he presses the scanner to the side of it, and you can see a little tray pops out. And he goes, physical SIMs, okay. He goes, hold on, I think we got a few in the back. We keep them for a while just to be like, hey, this is what it was back in the day. But anyway, just hang out here. I'm going to go look. And he goes
Thank you, Charleston. I'm assuming that's Charleston's voice since Dillip sounded completely different.
It's Charleston now. Dilip says, thanks, Charleston. You're the best. Okay, so now that we know that there's going to be a SIM card that we can just connect to it, honestly, because you have to do a physical one, it's going to be a lot less than any of the newer digital ones.
Oh, that's good.
Your boss will probably be pretty happy about that. So he types in a few things. He said, okay, Astral Transport Company, yep, we should be able to put it on here. Doesn't look like you'll actually have to pay for anything today, which is very exciting for you.
Yes.
Normally, these only cost about 25 cc's, but this will be on your boss's credit line, I guess. Why not? But it should just take a few minutes to activate. Once we do get that SIM in there, we'll make sure everything's good to go, and then you're pretty much all set.
Oh, fantastic. So, Mr. Dilip, I know you sell communication devices here. Do you sell anything else for me, like a repair kit of sorts?
A repair kit? I mean, we have repair kits for some of our devices, but they're not very in-depth. If you're looking for yourself, you might want to go to and he kind of like looks you over for a minute and goes, the body shop next door?
Body shop. Okay.
I mean, mostly it's there for like repairs for like mechanical devices and things like that. I don't know if they do any repairs for actual, sentient beings or anything. But, you could always check them out, see if they've got anything going over there.
I will certainly do that. Thank you.
Charleston comes over after a few minutes and is like dusting the SIM card off and everything. He goes, this is wild, man. And he like holds out his hand to like shake your hand. He goes, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for gracing our day with this. This has made my week. And he waves goodbye and goes back to his actual job. Dilip very easily puts in the SIM card, shuts it forward. You see that the screen on your actual watch device does turn back on by itself. And there's little tiny strands of code that start going through. And Dilip looks at it and nods and goes, all right, well, it's just going to take a moment for it to fully activate. Might take a little bit longer depending on how many updates have to go through. But hey, we've got ways to kind of speed up those updates so you don't have to wait here for several hours. And then it'll just be, we'll turn it on, click that activate button, and you'll be all set. It looks like since you are connected to the Astral Transport Company database, it's likely going to actually auto-download some numbers for some of your coworkers or employees. I don't really know. But if you need me to clarify any of those numbers, I can look up any of these numbers in our actual database system here.
Oh, yes, please.
You can search for any number.
I just need to know where, like Grexis and Cascade, I would need their numbers just so I can quickly and easily talk to them. Maybe Tony, although Tony doesn't really, he likes to talk to me, but not really. So it still might be good to be able to talk to him pretty quickly.
Okay, sure. So you wait probably about 15 or 20 minutes or so. You kind of converse back and forth. Dilip shares with you stories of all the craziest kind of technologies that have come through the door and his favorite ones and everything.
I would probably ask him if he knew anything about, the new apps appearing on the phone, whether that's like a standard update, if he knew anything about them, or if there were any good apps to get for the phone. Like, is there a game? Like, can I get like Cosmic Crush?
Cosmic Crush. So he says, not really for the watch itself in terms of great games, and your Joe hub here, mostly really just for GPS. The fact that you do have other apps on here is very odd to me. I've never seen any apps like this, at least not that I've found in our database or anything like that.
So also, Dilip, while I'm here, if I ever wanted to upgrade Joe, is that something you could help me with?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Joe's not that old of a model, definitely older on the older side. You might want to consider upgrading sometime soon. But in terms of what he can do and what he's actually able to access, the fact that he can download new apps means that he's in pretty good working condition. So yeah, if you ever need to get him upgraded or something like that, you can absolutely bring him over. I'd be happy to help you out.
Oh, fantastic. I may do that. Also, can I get something to play Cosmic Crush on?
Sure. Do you want just a separate gaming system?
Yeah.
Sure. And he goes and shows you all of the kind of newfangled, new age VR systems that you can use.
Well, I guess VR is a thing, but like, who'd probably be more interested in like an actual like handheld system to play.
So
things on.
it's kind of the same thing at this point. That
That's
the VRs are so slim and kind of not.
I guess that's
connected.
true. He is also like he could probably plug himself into a VR at that point, right?
Like
and
right now, they just really look like sport shades, like sport sunglasses.
It is
kind
the
of
year
thing.
2099. Everyone.
It is. Nope, it's $29.99.
$29.99.
You missed it by 900
Missed
years.
it by that much. So close. But yeah, so yeah, I mean, I guess that's cool. You know, we'll take a look, see if there's like anything to play Cosmic Crush on.
Yeah, he can show you like the kind of base system that they have available, and you could buy it for 300 cc's.
Yikes. Although I'm trying to save all my money to give back to Tony.
Sure.
But something like that would be a lot of fun.
And I've already forgotten literally everything about this game. The CCs were the whatever. It's the currency. I couldn't remember what it was actually stand for. Listen, I'm doing my best, y'all. Cipher chips. There we go.
Chips is
They were
what it
cipher
is.
chips. Just as a reminder for everyone, including myself, that they were cipher chips. So do you want to end up buying that VR system?
No, because I only have 707, and I think that is all have to go back to Tony because he needs his money. But it is something he would want to do later on, perhaps.
Okay.
Once we've rebuilt everything.
So after testing out all of the VR headsets and having a good time, even spending a few minutes playing Cosmic Crush for a little bit, you get a little distracted. You do hear a beep on your watch, and Dilip says, "Oh, that must mean that it's ready to start downloading any of the contacts that we have. Follow me." And he brings you back over to where the computer system is. He takes a look at the actual database itself and kind of connects it to make sure that it is being activated correctly. Takes a look at your watch and he nods and he says, "All right, everything's looking good. It looks like you do have some numbers that I can automatically download here. Not a whole lot, it looks like."
Doesn't surprise me.
What were the names that you were looking for?
Cascade?
Yep, I've got Cascade here, and he clicks a button. You can see it pop up in your contact list on your watch.
Tony Ribbits?
Yep, I've got Tony here. Downloads
That makes
Tony.
sense. You can see if Grexus is in there. I doubt it, though.
Grexus is in there.
Oh, exciting. I
So
probably
you
won't
download
call
Grexus.
him. He's very mean. Well, not mean. Gruff, I guess is the word.
And
So
he's
nice
like,
guy.
all right, so, and there's a few others in there of just like random individuals. He like runs down the list.
I would
and-
just take any that he has.
Sure, absolutely. He basically just downloads the whole work
Directory.
list. And he goes through your actual contact list on the watch to make sure everything downloaded correctly. And he scrolls through and he goes, hang on,
No.
there's an extra number here.
No.
It's not in our database, not connected to the work one at least. Is there another job that you're also working for?
Well, I've been doing some side jobs currently. I just helped out an old lady named Dizzy.
Do you know what Dizzy's last name is? Dizzy's last name
Can I make a
was-
history check?
No, you don't have to make a history check. You just saw her earlier this morning. Her full name was Dizitrod Haunt.
Well, her name was Dizitrod Haunt.
She goes, he types in the name real quick. He goes, well, she does have a number, but it's not that number. It's weird, and he shows it to you. And the number is 461
461
992.
992. Okay.
He goes, I don't know what this is. That's not enough digits to be a phone number.
Interesting. Well, what happens if we try to call it?
Let's find out.
Let's find out.
And he like huddles in close to like listen because it's just like a little speaker or something.
Yeah, it's like a smartwatch.
Yep. And so you click on the number, and it does seem to be dialing out somewhere. And it takes a moment. It just has like that connecting sign up at the top, and it keeps flashing, like looking to connect. Connecting. And after about a minute of watching it, you suddenly hear a dial tone. And it's not one that is the normal dial tone that you hear nowadays. Dizzy looks at it and looks a little confused and goes,
Dillip.
Dillip. What did I say?
You said Dizzy.
Dizzy. Oh,
I was going to say, is Dizzy
too
here
many
too?
D names. Dillip does look a little bit confused. And says, that's, they don't use that dial tone anymore.
Did we call the past?
I don't think these watches have the ability to call different
Times?
points in time. I don't know. I've never. I mean, we haven't heard that kind of dial tone in 30 or 40 years.
Oh, wow.
And then suddenly it clicks over from the dial tone to an actual ring, saying that it has officially connected with some location. And it rings. And it rings. And it rings. About 5 minutes of listening to it ring, and it doesn't seem like anyone is picking up on the other side, so you hang up.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me do it. Actually, you know what? Make a charisma check.
Charisma check. This would be my 2d6s, right?
Your 2d6 plus your charisma modifier.
2 3s plus 2, so that'll be a 6 plus 2, which is 8.
8, a mixed success. Okay. So Dillip looks a little bit confused. Goes, that's really strange. I don't know. I could try to look it up for you if you'd like to see if
let's see if we can
to anything.
see if you can find anything. I'm gonna go play some more Cosmic Crush.
Okay. You take about 2 steps away before Dillip says, "Oh," and he turns the monitor towards you. And in the database, Dillip says, "I've never gotten this error before. It says permission error, and it does not label any search results."
Interesting. Well, is there anybody else that would have permission?
I can try to. I don't know if this might be something a little out of our range. Go ahead and make another charisma check.
10 plus 2. It's a 12.
Oh, that's a success. Dillip looks nervous for a minute, and then the nerd side of him kind of overrides whatever, protocol may have been.
Hacker mode initiated.
He kind of gets close to you and goes, "I'll tell you what. As long as we keep this between the two of us, I'll do a little research."
Said the thing. Of course. It's always just between the two of us. Got him.
Oh my god. I got myself. Okay. Yep. Perfect. Beans. You know what? I'm gonna give you an extra D6 that you can use at any point during this game, so that if you don't like your roll, or if you want to roll with advantage, you can roll with that extra
Sure.
D6. That was a good one. He goes, "I'll do some research on my side. I've got your number here, so I will give you a call just in case I do happen to find anything, all right?"
Sounds good. Thank you.
Oh, of course. Is there anything else I can help you with, sir?
No, I think I'm good. I really want to keep playing this game. I really like it, but I gotta do what's right and say thank you and walk away.
All right, have a great day, sir. Thank you for shopping with Nexus.
Oh,
no,
well,
not Nexus.
Nope.
NetX.
NetX. Dillip, is there a survey or something I could take just to tell everyone how great you were?
You sure can if you want to go onto your Joe Hub. As soon as you enter your ship, it should ask you how your experience was at NetX. Don't forget to mention my name. That's how management knows I'm doing a good job.
All right. Thank you, Dillip.
Thank you, sir.
So before going back to Betty, I would go over to the body shop next door just to kind of check it out.
Sure.
See what's there.
Absolutely.
And then probably after that, I would head back to Betty.
Okay. Just super quick going through, there are There are kind of like spark plugs
Sure.
that are meant for various droid devices that are meant to be replaced after being used. They're a lot more kind of temporary fixes beyond actually going through the wiring and everything. And kind of just knowing yourself and your own build, you think that those spark plugs might be able to fit into that slot. Go ahead and make an intelligence check for me. Or wisdom, whichever one you want to use.
It'll be intelligence, because that's a +2. 9 + 2 is 11.
Perfect. That is what you needed for a success.
Whoop, whoop.
So knowing yourself and the way that your circuits work, basically what these would be like is taking a basic standard potion.
Yup.
Being able to replace only one at a time, because if you take both spark plugs out, you just shut down. So they have 2 that are available there.
Sure. How much are these, friend?
A larger looking Dragonborn. I just love the Dragonborn. So the Dragonborn are going to show up quite a bit. But the Dragonborn itself is very spine-like. There's a lot of very bright magenta and white spines that are going across the top. A little bit greased up, looks like they've been working on some vehicles in the back. He's kind of wiping his hands as he approaches. For those, 100 cc's each.
I'll take 1, please.
You got it.
All right, thank you.
And you now have 1 spark plug.
All right, 1 spark plug. Let me just write that down in my notes. 1 spark plug. Cool. All right. And then I would head back to Betty.
Sure, absolutely. You head back to Betty, and what would you like to do?
Well, the first thing I would do is continue to charge, really. I mean, not really, I guess, because I'm pretty good with charging. I would want to try to call Cascade, actually, on the cell phone.
Absolutely.
I used to call her on the cell phone.
So you open up the little contacts button on your watch. You go ahead and scroll down. Don't have to go far. Her name starts with a C. It's in alphabetical order. You can click on Cascade's little name there, and it automatically starts calling.
Yep.
Boop, 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 boop. That's the dial tone. That's the ringing tone. And after a few seconds, you hear a click, and you hear, "Oh my gosh, you have a cell phone now?"
Yeah, isn't it exciting?
Oh my goodness, this is super exciting. What's up?
Well, I have a couple of questions for you. Actually, more than a couple, but we'll start with a couple.
Okay.
So I was doing this job, met a lady. Her name was Dizzy Thorn, something along those lines. Anyway.
Oh my gosh, the Callisto stuff?
Yeah.
Wait, was that the companion one? You have to tell me everything.
Well, it wasn't. Well, I am. So here we go. What happened was I went and she just needed me to write her will, which I did. Pretty easy for me.
Dark.
Right? But then she went to get the money and I got attacked by her companion robot and I had to fight it and I ended up winning. But now it seems that like maybe somebody's killing off her kids and I was going to investigate and I wanted to see if you wanted to investigate with me or anything.
There's like dead silence on the other side. And you hear, "What did you do?" Where are you right now?
Well, right now I'm in the Vesta Sol out by the NextX. What was it called?
It was NetX.
NetX.
I knew that was going to be a problem.
Yep, NetX, because I just got my new phone. And
Wait a minute, right by the outskirts?
yes.
Open your door! You open the door and you see all the way across like the middle of the street. You see her waving excitedly from her ship on the other side. She goes, "Hold on, I'll be right there." And you see her like dash over and you hear like honking from other ships as they almost run her over.
Hey, I'm running here.
I'm running here. She like kicks one of them and then keeps running over to you. And she jumps into the ship with you. And goes, "So,
Yes.
is this a murder mystery? Are we going on a murder mystery hunt? I'm in."
Oh, right. Yes. So I believe it is a murder mystery because people were killing her grandkids. I fought off her wacky, waveable, inflatable arm companion, whose name was Terrence. I had to kill it. And now I wanted to go investigate what's killing off her grandkids.
She like looks you over a little bit and like kind of like very gingerly touches parts that are still a little bit sparking, or at least little gashes that have appeared across your body. You've healed mostly, so you're definitely in a lot better shape than you were before, but she's like, yikes. So what's your next step? What's your plan?
Well, I was going to call them and just, see if they're around, if they're okay, and then just let them know I was going to stop by.
Call them? What if they're the murderer? What if someone has been trying to undermine people? If you call them, they could just run. They could just leave town.
Yeah, but I can't just show up at their door.
I mean, I guess. Do you have their numbers?
I do. I got them from Dizzy. I was going to make up a thing hi, this is Alec from the Astral Transport Company. We have a package to deliver to you. We just want to confirm that you'll be home at, this particular time. And that's really it.
That's so sneaky, and I love it. I'm here. I am 100% here for this plan. Okay, let's go.
All right.
Sure. So, in terms of the grandchildren that are still alive, you have Zans, you have Arix, and you have Laszlo. And if you need refreshers on anything that was connected with the will, I do have that information. It's the one thing I remember from the last
I have them also here. So Zan's had the salt and pepper collection.
Correct.
Which was surprisingly more expensive than we realized. Laszlo had the clothes and jewelry. And Arix had the house and cars.
Yes, Arix had the house originally, and then with the sudden death of the other grandchild,
Karik? Karik? I don't know. I marked through it, so they were dead to me.
No worries. It was Knack.
Knack. Okay.
So when you were leaving and there was the call that Knack had also died, the hover cars were given to Arix.
So I would relay all this information to Cascade just to be here's kind of what we have, here's what the will said, here's who's getting what. And I'd be I think I want to start with Arix because he's going to get the house and the cars. That seems like that would be really the more important stuff to get.
Sure, let's go.
Right? Or do we think that maybe it's the other way around, that Laszlo feels like he wants more and he's going to kill off everybody until he can get the house and cars?
She looks over all your information and everything, or at least just listens. I don't know if you actually wrote any of it down, but anyway, she's like, well, in terms of stuff, Zan's is only getting one thing, where the other two seem to be getting two things.
Oh, that's a good point.
I don't know. I'm just throwing ideas out there.
Well, let's start with Zan's. We'll go reverse alphabetical order then and start with a Z and work our way back up. How about that?
Okay, sure.
All right. So I would find Zan's number.
Sure, absolutely.
And then call it.
Boop, boop. Boop, boop. And you hear a male voice pick up on the other side. Oh, I didn't choose voices for them, so Zan's is going to sound like, hello.
Hi, my name is Alec. I'm calling from the Astral Transport Company. We have a package here, and we need to confirm that you will be there to sign and for the delivery between, what time was it currently?
Currently, it's probably about 11:30 right now.
And it takes me about an hour to get to his place?
So you don't know where he lives. It's in the address book, but you haven't put that into the GPS to find out.
Cool. So we just want to make sure that you'd be there between the hours of 2 and 5 today.
That's accurate for any sort of delivery service. Go ahead and make a charisma check.
I'm going to take my reroll. Okay. That's better. 9 plus 2 for charisma. Yep. It's 11.
That's success.
Success.
That's a success. On the other side, you hear, this must be my new order of paperbacks. Yes, I will be home through those hours.
Okay.
Tonight.
We'll be over there soon then. We're on our way now.
Wonderful.
Thank you, Zans.
It's unfortunate that this is the voice that I chose, but this is what I'm going to deal with now, listeners. All right. So you look at his actual address. He lives in Bayside Hill, which Cascade says that it is quite fancy. They're very upscale beach houses. One of course, the big pulls of this planet is the gorgeous beaches. So being able to afford one means that they're quite on the up and up.
Well, I mean, Dizzy was also on the up and up, so makes sense.
Yep, so you put in Bayside Hill. Not as far as you thought it was going to be, just about 45 minutes or so outside of Vestasol.
In that case, so before we take off,
Sure.
I'm going to put all the addresses in and kind of do a quick calculation of time.
Okay.
To see, since I gave him from 2 to 5, if I could push him all the way out, if there's others that are far away, and just kind of create a route, if you would.
Absolutely. So in terms of route, whichever one you want to route, Oryx is actually going to be closest, only about half an hour away.
Okay.
Then it will be Zanz, and then Laszlo is the furthest with about an hour and a half drive.
All right. And as far as the route goes, if I go to Laszlo, could I then hit Oryx and Zanz on the way back to Vestasol?
Laszlo's kind of in the opposite direction.
Of course he is.
You would be able to get to Oryx and then Zanz. It would take you a little bit longer, but it would kind of hit you in that time frame that you had suggested originally.
So you're saying go Laszlo, Oryx, and then Zanz? So go one way, come back this way to hit Oryx, and then Zanz?
It would be Oryx, Zanz, then Laszlo.
Okay. So then I'm going to call Oryx.
Okay, sure. You hear it ring on the other side. Rings a little bit longer, but eventually you hear some blips. Very odd to hear on the watch, but you do hear a female voice answer. Hello?
Hi, is this Oryx?
Speaking.
Hi, my name is Alec. I am calling from the Astral Transport Company. We have a package to be delivered to you and just want to confirm that should be available today from 2 to 5 p.m. to sign for the package.
Make a charisma check.
Yikes! Should have saved that one because this is only a 5 plus 2, which is a 7.
A 7. Okay. That's a mixed success. So she says, well, I unfortunately have to leave for work around 3, so I won't be there for the full time, but I'm here until about 2:30, 3 o'clock.
Okay, that should be fine. I'm actually pretty close. I'm in Vestasol now, and you'll be my next stop.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll be here, I guess. Sure.
All right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Hang up.
Sure.
So then we'll go hit Oryx first, and then go out to Zanz.
Sounds like a plan. So Oryx lives in Fogvale Circle, which is kind of a apartment complex area. They're nice, fairly nice apartments, but they are a little bit small. Just mostly still being in a fairly nice area. That's really where all the money's going towards. Sure. In terms of the actual apartments, not great, but certainly livable. You find the correct number within Fogvale Circle. You find a good parking spot. And it looks like she is on the second floor of this specific apartment building.
I realize when we get there and go, hey, Cascade.
Yeah?
I realize we told them that we had a package for them, but we don't have any packages for them.
Actually, you do.
Oh.
Because I did forget. It's fine. It didn't need to come up until this point. But if you remember, Dizzy actually gave you gifts
right.
to bring to
perfect.
these grandchildren. So technically, you should have been able to roll with advantage with the.
That's okay.
But
we got successes anyway. It's all good in the hood. All right, cool. So
when you call Laszlo, if you need it, you can add an extra die.
Yeah, it's fine. All right. It's okay. All right. So, Cascade, are you ready?
Yeah. Or do we need to wear like super cool undercover outfits?
No, they think we're Astral
What's my name gonna be? What's my backstory?
What do you want your name to be? I think Cascade's a good name.
My name is Stormy Weathers.
Stormy Weathers. Oh.
No,
okay.
Cascade fits me better.
Yeah, I think so too. All right, you ready to go?
Wait, what's our plan? We just gonna go in and punch him in the face? What's happening?
Well, we're gonna go in. We're gonna knock on the door.
What is our goal here?
Well, we want to see if they also have a wacky waveable inflatable arm tube Terrence, and then ask, let them know that we talked to Dizzy, and just see, if they know what's been happening to their, I guess, siblings.
Okay, sure. How did you find out that the wacky wavy guy was gonna attack you?
Well, Dizzy left and it attacked. So,
Great. So we'll just keep an eye out. Okay, cool. Let's do it.
All right.
Let's not punch him?
Not punching first, punch second, ask first, then punch.
Fine.
But let's go. It'll be just the two of us.
She gives you a thumbs up, and she's going to let you lead these conversations.
Absolutely.
But just,
considering I am the playable character.
just to clarify that, so I am not talking in 3 different voices at the same time. But yes, so you go into the apartment building. You actually see that there's a bunch of different buzzers and everything. You buzz for Arx's name there. You see Arx Haunt. So you buzz that in. She lets you through the front door, and you're able to go up to the 2nd floor, and you find her number door right at the top of the stairs. You hear some very odd kind of like, the best way to describe it would be something dragging across a rough ground.
Okay.
Like something heavy is being moved. You hear that for a moment, and then you hear a scuffle, and then the door unlocks. Unlock. There's 3 different locks. And the door opens, and you see in front of you a sea green tamarax. So the tamarax was this bird kind of dodo-looking thing, kind of a cross between a dodo and a dinosaur. So it's a very dodo-ish head with almost like a flamingo neck, going into kind of like a squat, round, almost like velociraptor type body. Sea green, wearing an oversized hoodie and some sweatpants. You can see that there is, it's a very small apartment, kind of dimly lit. None of the windows are currently, they all have curtains drawn over the windows. She looks a little tired, because, yes, how can I help you?
Hi, I'm Alec from the Astro Transport Company.
Oh, yes, of course, you had just called. You got here pretty quick.
Yes, like I said, you were my next stop.
I don't remember ordering anything.
Well, it's actually a delivery from your grandmother. It's grandmother, right?
Yes, it was
Dizzy.
grandmother.
Yeah, so Dizzy sent me, I was delivering something for her, and she asked if I could help her out by delivering these things to you.
The immediate sense of suspicion kind of wipes away as you mention her nickname Dizzy, so clearly it's someone that she at least knows. Goes, yes, sure. I'll take it.
Sure, and while we're here, there has been a recall on the wacky waveable inflatable arm companions, much like what Dizzy had, and we're doing repairs and possibly taking them away from you or not taking them away from you. We are sending them back to the owners if you need. Do you have one of those?
She has a companion droid?
She did, yes.
What do you mean she did?
Well, it was malfunctioning, and we helped her. We're going to send it back to the manufacturer for her.
It malfunctioned? Is she okay?
She seems to be okay. It doesn't seem to be too harmful at the moment, but we're, again, helping people send them back to the manufacturer if you have one.
Go ahead and make an intelligence or wisdom check.
Intelligence is a +2, so 11.
Full success. You see that as soon as you bring up the wacky wavy inflatable arms companion droid, her eyes start shifting around nervously.
I nudge Cascade.
Cascade gives you like a not very subtle, and she kind of is like looking past Rx, and she goes, "Oh my gosh, are those rock ferrets?" And you see out of the corner of your eye, there are 3 little you thought that they were just random decorative rocks that were just randomly placed around this apartment. But then you realize that they have very tiny eyes. Yeah. There's little eyes that go around the base of it, probably about 9 or so little eyes. And they're almost like snake-like creatures made of actual rock. And they all kind of curl up and twirl over to where Rx is standing. And Rx kind of loses a little bit of that skittishness. Because, oh yes, these are my rock ferrets. I apologize for the mess. And you realize that the sound you probably heard, because you can hear it now, was these rock ferrets just rolling over gravel that seems to be everywhere on the ground. It looks like there's a lot of earth that has been either brought in or created within this apartment.
We'll have to say terrestrial things, because it wouldn't be earth.
whatever. Yes. The actual plates within this planet. But yes, these are my rock ferrets. And Cascade goes, oh my gosh, can I please hold one? And she's going to make her own choice.
Nice.
Alex goes, sure, and just picks one up and hands it to Cascade instead of letting you guys in.
No.
And Cascade's like, woof, heavy, thank you. And it's just kind of playing with the little rock ferret.
Arx, is there any packages that you need delivered?
No, I don't really have any packages or anything that I need sent out. And she kind of opens up the package that you delivered to her. And inside is a lovely, beautiful framed picture of what looks like Dizzy and all of her grandchildren all together. And she kind of just stares at the picture for a moment. Goes, oh, this is nice. Thank you for delivering this. It's very nice of you.
That's what I'm here for. And who are all these people? Dizzy was saying that there's something going on, and there's been some untimely deaths with some of your siblings.
She looks at you for a moment and says, I mean, the one. Why do you say deaths?
Well, while I was there, she got news that that Knack also passed.
She genuinely looks taken aback by this, and kind of just holds the picture and absentmindedly goes back into her apartment. She does leave the door open.
Yeah.
She just kind of goes in to sit down in her living room to kind of process this new information that you just gave her.
We would follow her in.
Sure. Going inside the apartment, it's kind of like a desert feel in here in terms of like decor. You can see that there's like weird small versions of little like mountainsides and stuff that are kind of like a rock ferret cat tree.
Sure.
That they're all like playing around, and there's just gravel everywhere.
I would shut the door behind us,
Sure.
just so none of the rock ferrets get out.
Sure.
Don't want any escapes.
Priorities. You kind of sit down, and there's a lot of different plants everywhere. There's a big old cactus in the corner. There's a big old digital, not really big, but a fair-sized digital TV that seems to be above a fireplace that no longer or has ever worked. But she kind of just sits there. When did that happen?
Just a few hours ago, as far as I know. Like I said, I was there helping Dizzy when she got the call. Have you noticed anything suspicious with this kind of thing?
Go and make a charisma check. A lot of charisma checks happening today.
All the charismas. Oh, that's a good one. 5 and 5 plus 2 is 12.
12. Dang. Okay, sure. She looks a little conflicted as you ask this, and then is kind of like very gently tapping on the frame of this picture and goes, you said that there was a companion droid there at
Yes.
our home?
Mm-hmm.
We had discussed the companion droid, me and the rest of the grandkids. I didn't think it was a good idea. I thought it was a dumb way to, try to give an old lady some comfort and company, Doesn't beat the real thing. I would go visit her more, honestly, if I didn't have to work so much. I can't believe that Nax is gone. Do you think that something's going on? Do you think that she suddenly gets very nervous? She goes, am I in danger?
Well, I'll be very honest with you. I do, because the companion droid did attack. It attacked me, but I was able to fight it off. And it's kind of what I'm trying to do here. I'm sorry for deceiving you, but we're hoping to help you and the rest of your siblings.
Who gave her the companion droid?
That's my question to you. She didn't know. She said she just got it.
She also told you that the only tag or card that was associated with it said from your favorite grandchild.
So the tag on it said from your favorite grandchild.
She looks very confused and says, well, I always thought I was the favorite grandchild, but I didn't buy that for her.
Do you have any idea who might have?
She thinks for a moment, says, if you think that it might be one of the grandkids, if I was to suspect anyone, I would probably suspect Zanz. He's an author, and he's been struggling a lot with his book series lately, and he's the only one that's got a family to support. They don't have any other source of income. So if I thought of anyone who could be as dastardly enough or desperate enough to want to do it, I would probably pick Zanz.
Okay. Can I make like an insight check? See if she's like trying to pin it on somebody. That's a wisdom, intelligence?
Insight is, I believe it's intelligence, but let me double check just
this system's
quick.
a little different. We're still getting used to it, guys. Something new.
I would say insight is wisdom, but yeah.
Okay, so it's only a 7. It's 2 3s and a 1 for a wisdom check then.
You said a 7?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What were you trying to insight? Sorry.
Just to see if she's telling the truth, really, to see if maybe she's trying to pin it on Zanz versus either owning up to it or anything along those lines.
Sure. Difficult to fully tell, mostly because you don't know any of the grandkids, really.
Sure.
In terms of if she's telling the truth, it's at least a truth that she believes. Whether or not it's actually the truth, you can't really tell.
Sure.
Whether she just doesn't know or if she's not putting that forward in her visual appearance.
Cool. Have you had any strange packages show up?
Strange packages? No, not really. I mean, no.
Okay.
Not, at least not unknown ones with any cryptic messages or anything like that.
Sure. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll give you my number.
Okay.
If you need anything, you can call me. You should probably call the police first, though. I'm not really the police, but I can help.
Well, all right. This is a lot. I think I might actually try to call it at work. If you don't mind hanging out here for a moment, just make sure that the ferrets don't do anything.
Sure.
I'm gonna go call work.
Oh no!
Don't look at me like that.
Here we go, guys. It's not suspicious at all.
And she's going to trudge upstairs in order to call work so that she can call out for the day.
Where is Cascade at this point? Is she still holding the rock ferret?
She's holding one of the rock ferrets. She just took one of the other chairs. Actually, she would be sitting on the couch at like the far end, just kind of playing with the ferret.
Okay, so... All right, we hang out while she trudges upstairs and wait to see what attacks us.
You just sit there?
Well, I mean, what else is there? I would take a look around to see if there's any papers or a companion droid, anything there.
You look around and there's really nothing that looks like at least the wacky wavy inflatable arms droid.
Mm-hmm.
So in terms of companion droid, no.
Sure.
I mean, there's a lot of very odd things in this apartment, but it all seems to be decor related, all very desert-ish.
All right. So, yep.
So as she goes upstairs, Cascade kind of like scoots herself over with this ferret in her arms because use Joe, use the thing.
What?
Fine. That's how you found out about the other droid, right? You used him? Used Joe?
Yeah!
Clicked on the thing?
I clicked the thing. I forgot, he has the little, like, scanny, like...
He does have the ability to scan. That's right. That's a brand new feature that we added to Joe last session.
Yeah, so we'll scan.
And she, like, looks over your shoulder, and she's, like, looking around being like, I wonder if we're gonna get stabbed in the face or something like that. She's way too into this. So as you're sitting there, you go ahead and click the GPS, or rather the scanning button in your GPS. You can see yourself, you can see Cascade right next to you, and you can see another blip on the other side of the room.
Cool.
You match up where you can also see the blip of RX walking upstairs away from you guys. But you can kind of line up where everything is within this room and kind of map it out. And you see that the blip is the very large cactus in the corner of the room.
Cascade, do you see that?
What, the cactus?
Yeah, it's on the scan.
So it's alive?
Yes.
Wait, did you kill a living thing last time?
Probably.
Because this is showing living people, living things.
Yes. So...
Did you do a murder, Alec?
I might be a murderer. We're about to be a serial killer. So, they'll probably make a documentary about me at some point of, the hero serial killer. Whatever, magic you have, put down the rock ferret and get it ready, because let's go for it.
Slowly puts down the ferret. The cactus has made no move towards you.
Also, you want to see something really cool? And I push my other, activate button to get my armor and stuff back on.
Sure. You go and stand up and press the activate button, and the gorgeous combination of these blues and pinks of different code materializing up your arm and across your body, creating these kind of horned shoulder pads at the top, and just the chest piece on the front with that shield emblazoned on the front. Crawling down your legs and creating those protective, almost like boots a little bit, as it all fully materializes into this beautiful silver chrome color with all of these different lines of active code and everything that are currently running through the full system. Cascade is in awe. If she could have stars in her eyes, she would. As you do that, you see that the cactus slowly turns a little. Does not make a move towards you, but it turns.
All right.
Cascade goes, sure, I can do that too. And she takes out a large Walkman and pins it to her belt and takes out from her little backpack that she's wearing big old headphones that she puts over her ears. And she presses a button on the side of her headphones, and a number of different, what almost look like streaks of lightning pop up the top that they kind of create almost two, kind of like the cat headphones where the ears are speakers, but all of the different streaks of lightning kind of converge together to create almost like a thorny mess that creates these cups for
That
the
was
speakers.
my nickname in high school.
It wasn't!
Thorny mess.
I thought you were gonna say thorny cups.
Nope, thorny mess. Here we go. All right, are you ready? Are you ready, kids?
Aye, aye, Captain. Let's do this. Go ahead and roll initiative.
It's a 10, and my initiative is 2, so 12.
12. Okay. So it will be Alec, and then the droid, and then, whoops, Cascade. Very cool. All right, so this cactus is just hanging out and chilling in the corner of this room. Alec, you are first. What do you do?
Attack it.
You go ahead and attack it. How are you going to attack it?
So I'm going to try a little bit different. I'm going to take a step backwards and try to shoot it, as opposed to just slash it. Keep my distance, since I'm only at 9 HP and still damaged from last time. So I believe it's just a regular attack roll.
So what happens is you originally had the sword materialize in your hands, this kind of pink and purple katana that you now get to wield. You notice that the hilt of it, that the hand protector part of it, I don't know what the specific word is for that, but it matches that same 6 star that you have on your shield. As you hold it, you realize that it can actually spin. And so you take it in your other hand and kind of spin it. And as it spins, it retracts the blade, and all of that energy kind of converges right in front of that star, and then reassembles it so it looks like almost like an old-timey,
Six-shooter?
Not even like a 6-shooter, but an old-timey blaster kind of thing. It looks like it has a very wide barrel to it, but the actual katana hilt bends into your hand, so it's now like a full actual blaster gun for you. And a little trigger pops down.
Anyways, I start blasting.
Go ahead and roll your blast attack.
Oh, boo. That's a 2.
As a 2, you go ahead and fire. You've never used this gun before. You didn't even know that it could turn into a gun. And you shoot real wide, and it burns a hole into the side of the wall. And you hear a, "What's happening?" upstairs.
You're under attack!
Oh, the ferrets scatter. All right, is that your turn?
Yeah, and again, I will try to be as far away as I can, but maintaining eye contact, because I realized the last one I had to, anytime I looked away, it was like at me, but I'll take some steps backwards.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's a very small apartment. Not really a lot that you can do in terms of getting away from it. I would say you're max about 15, 20 feet away from this cactus. Which brings us to the cactus's turn. And it doesn't see, but it rotates itself after you have fired upon it. And 2 of its cactus arms and lower and aim towards the both of you. I would like you both to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Good, so 4 and 6 plus 2 is 12.
Is 12. Cascade also did very well. She has, I made her very dexterous. That's 8 plus 3. So yeah, she got a full success. What was yours?
12.
12. So you have a full success. You're both able to dodge out of the way as a number of these different laser needles start shooting out and all pinned to the wall directly behind you. You both dive out of the way. And you notice that as you dive out of the way, Cascade actually has now at the bottom of her shoes, there are these tiny little glowing RBG circling little wheels that are like Heelys, but it's across the entire bottom of her shoe.
Cascade's a gamer. We didn't realize it. A gamer with Heelys. Got that RGB keyboard going on.
And she's able to duck out of the way and is actually able to, very surprisingly, dexterously skate across the carpeted floor, which is odd. But she's able to just kind of dodge around, and she is going to press a button on her Walkman, because it is now her turn. She presses a button on her Walkman, and you can see that it starts to light up, and that same RBG kind of rotating colors start to intensify as the entire thing lights up. She presses another button that pops open the Walkman, and she's able to remove a disc of pure laser energy and is able to chuck it frisbee style at this droid. So she's going to laser disc attack. No, but it goes so wide, it just embeds itself into the other wall, and you can see it slowly burning away at that hole. She goes, "Ups! Hey, RX, don't come down here!"
RX, call the police!
Sure, Alec, it is your turn.
So I do say, call the police!
Sure.
But then we'll take another blast at it. And since it has been so long, I forget what I'm supposed to be rolling. It should be my dex?
Yes, it is your dex for the blaster.
So still only a 12.
It is a 12. 12 unfortunately does not hit, as you once again are trying to fire from down below in this cool gunslinger fashion, but you just miss it as the cactus is now starting to bounce back and forth on its weird cactus hips. And you weren't expecting it to be that mobile as it does this very unnerving dance. This cactus droid now suddenly has wheels at the bottom and is going to push itself forward.
Of course it will.
And it is going to, since you are technically prone on the ground, it is going to try to multi-attack you.
Oh, lordy.
That is a total of 20 to hit.
Yes.
All right, so that's for the first one.
It's going to be a short campaign, everyone. Thank you for joining.
You are going to take 4 damage as it takes one of its arms and bops you right on the head with its laser needles. And the other hit is about to come down, but Cascade, you hear the actual speakers start kicking music into this very low bass line. It goes booms, 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 and then it all stops, and then you hear a voice come through the speakers, and it says, "Rise up." And you specifically can feel the bass now go underneath your body, and you can feel the vibration that is physically pushing you up. So you are no longer prone on the ground, and you also get... You get 9 temporary hit points from her as she uses the Rise Up spell.
Cool. And I also had spells, and I had forgotten what I had picked out.
That's okay. But it does still have another attack against you.
Sure.
It just won't be at advantage anymore because she was able to use that. That is going to be a 12 to hit.
That does not hit.
That
AC
does
of
not
14.
hit. So you are able to rise up. It wasn't expecting you to immediately just levitate off the ground, essentially, so it still tries to aim for the floor and misses you completely. Which brings us to Cascade's turn, who is now she's going to try another laser disc attack. Go, Cascade, go! Beans! Come on, Cascade. Cascade's not a fighter. She just has these really cool abilities. As it's kind of dancing above you, she's trying not to hit you as well, as you are now face to face with this cactus. And she also didn't expect for it to wheel its way over so quickly. So she unfortunately misses. But she is actually going to scoot herself around, so she is now flanking. And now it is your turn. You are now in melee range with it.
I was going to say, I believe as a bonus action, I can turn my gun back into a sword since it's in melee. So I'll do that. Do the swirly.
All the energy converges and then extends out into this katana for you.
Apparently, I like katanas, everyone. So that'll be a 19 to hit there.
That absolutely hits. Go ahead and roll your damage.
I believe it was an 8, right?
It was like 3d4.
3d4.
Yeah. 3d4 plus your either strength or dex, however you would like to use.
Dex was.
Yeah, I think dex is what we decided for what you liked.
5 plus 1 is 6 plus 2 for dex, so that'll be 8 points of damage to Mr. Cactus Friend.
Alrighty. A hefty hit if you slash across it, and you can see that instead of bleeding water like a regular cactus would, instead is kind of oozing this weird kind of metallic liquid out of itself. That is your... You did have an advantage. Did you roll advantage?
I did not. So
just roll again just to see if you crit.
That's a 12.
Okay, never mind. Just want to make sure. Okay, cool beans. Then it is the droid's turn. Are you moving or are you staying right there?
I'm going to stay there.
Absolutely.
And try to help Cascade, the flanking.
Sure. It's going to try to beat you down with its weird cactus arms. Boo, boo, boo.
Beat down.
2 attacks. The first one is definitely not going to hit. The other one is a 16 to hit.
That will hit.
That is going to be 3 points of laser piercing damage from its needles.
Okay.
And that's its turn for it. You can hear upstairs a frantic, "Hello, police!" But yeah, now it's going to be Cascade's turn. Cascade, let's see. Not that one, not that one. She is going to use her little heelys that she now has to kind of like, she's still facing you, but she's skating backwards now in this kind of serpentine manner. And she presses another button on her laser disc, and you can hear that the music coming from her headphones is now getting louder and more aggressive as she uses concussive beats.
Ooh.
So it has to make a Constitution saving throw. With a nat 1.
You hate to see it.
Except you love to because it's against the enemy.
Oh, that's right. I guess he made a nat.
Yes.
He failed. Okay, yeah. Yes, you love to see it, guys.
And what's going to happen is it's going to take 1d10 thunder damage.
Thunder.
Which is only a 3. But the cool part about this is that it reduces its AC by 1.
Oh.
Until the start of their next turn. So you will get to be able to attack it with a slightly lower AC for 1 turn. That is, and she's going to scoot back up so that she can give you flanking. And that is her turn. Alec, it is your turn.
All right, we'll just take another slice at her. Until I can find my spells.
And add advantage.
And advantage.
She's flanking.
All right, 18.
Absolutely, go ahead and roll your damage.
I remember this now because I hate D4s. They're impossible to pick up. Nice. 8, 10, 12 points of damage.
Woof!
2 4s and a 2 makes 8 plus my 2 dex.
Go ahead and roll 2d6 plus your dex.
6 plus 2, so 8.
8, okay. Okay, you do a hefty hit on this. You try to do the same thing that you remember doing with the wacky wavy inflatable arms guy, that you try to sever one of the arms, but unfortunately you're not able to cut all the way through. But that's okay, you got a hefty hit in there. It brings us to the droid's turn, so its AC is back to normal. So it is going to... it's just going to try to multi-attack you again, because that's just the best thing it's got going on right here.
Keep bopping me.
Keep bop. Ooh, that is going to be a 19 and a 12 to hit.
12 does not.
All right, so 1 hits. Whoop-ah! That's going to be 3 bludgeoning damage. Oof. How you doing?
I'm at 8.
Okay, very cool. All right, that is the droid's turn. So now it is Cascade's turn. She is going to... She can't really help with anything there. So she's just going to try to... She's going to scoot herself back on her heelys and is going to try to laser disc again. Laser disc. Nat 1!
Come on, Cascade.
Hey, Alec.
Yeah.
Make a dex saving throw.
Oh.
She's flanking you. Or it was at least in direct line.
10. 6, 2, and 2.
10? Okay. You just barely are able to kind of scoot by, and it embeds itself into the wall directly behind you. That also burns a deep mark and scar.
I appreciate the help, but please watch.
All right, that's gonna bring you. She goes, sorry, I've never done this before. And that brings us to top of the round with Alec.
All right, we'll just take another slice at him. All right, 18.
18 will definitely hit.
Advantage is a lifesaver here. So it's 10 more points of damage.
How do you want to kill this droid?
So last time I was aiming for one of the arms. So I'm going to come back up with the arm, right? I'm going to come back down and go across his body. So one arm and then across the body and then anime. And then
you slice through and there's that flash and it looks like nothing has happened. But it stops moving and it slows down and just slumps one half over to the side as you have sliced this droid creature directly in half. And the threat is done.
You okay, Cascade?
She's also breathing fairly heavily and goes, that was wild!
That was great, though. You've got some really cool magic.
Oh, thanks. That was a lot of fun. It probably, this lady's poor walls.
Well, she's not going to get her deposit back, but that's okay. Better to lose your deposit than lose your life.
Oh, I feel so bad, though.
Well, I do also notice that it only attacked me. It did not go after you.
Yeah, what's up with that?
I don't know. Also, do you know anything about this shield?
She takes a look at it and goes, nope.
Okay.
I already know she has no knowledge of that. I don't need her to roll.
Are you okay up there?
You see Arx's little beak peek out from the top of the stairs. Goes, is it safe?
It's safe. It was your cactus this time.
The cactus?
Yeah.
Huh.
Who gave you the cactus?
Well, it was... We got it. I mean, there was... We had a little family when we were talking about the companion droid and everything for Grandma Dizzy. We had all kind of gotten together and, we all brought a random gift kind of thing, and then, we all just kind of picked one to take home with us. It was kind of like a surprise random gift exchange and everything. And I had picked the cactus, but we never told each other who brought what. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess the police are on their way now.
They are. Thank you for
Yes.
saving me.
You're very welcome. We're gonna leave before they get here.
Oh, should I not tell them you were here?
That would be for the best. The Astral Transport Company doesn't want this bad publicity. Although I guess it would be good publicity, right? We saved your life.
Cascade goes, let's keep it on the DL.
Okay, so yes, let's not tell them we were here. We're gonna go probably talk to Zans.
Okay, good luck.
Don't let him know we're coming, because he might run away.
Okay, he's got kids, so make sure that there isn't one of these there too.
Yeah, absolutely. But if he's the one attacking people, he probably wouldn't have one in his home, right?
I would hope not.
Either that or he's got them all stored in his basement. He's probably got an army of them that he's sending out to people, so we might have to fight an army. Are you ready to fight an army, Cascade?
She goes, let's do this.
Should we call Grexus?
She goes, Grixis is actually on, he's on the beat right now. I don't know if he'd be into this. Maybe he would. I don't know.
Well, let's get out of here before the police show up.
Okay.
We head back towards Betty.
Book it out of there and you head back to Betty. You all clamber into Betty and you're able...
Wait, before we leave, sorry to interrupt there.
Absolutely.
Alex would awkwardly stand by to see if RX is going to pay them anything. Just as like a bonus. He wouldn't say anything. It's just kind of that awkward like, okay, we're gonna go now. Like that weird like bellhop kind of guy. Like not necessarily put out the hand, but just like...
RX definitely does not give you anything.
Okay, that's fine.
She is in a whole nother world right now.
Okay, then we just head out back towards Betty then.
Absolutely. You guys scramble into Betty, and what do you do?
I would... Well, I'm going to go ahead and pop my sprocket.
Oh, sure.
And so we could do that, and that way I can get... You said it's like a healing potion?
Yeah, so it would be 2d4 plus 2, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to have it just be max.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
So that'll be 10, right?
Yeah.
So it'll be 10, so I'm back up to full health of 18.
There you go. I like the idea of the healing things being max because it always sucks when you roll it and you get like 2 1s. Like, that's not helpful to anyone. Especially with things being mechanical, I feel like they always are going to be a baseline.
Yeah.
Unless you get like a dud or get it from a really sketchy place.
That's fair.
All right.
All right, so we're back up to 18.
There you go. Cascade didn't take any damage, so she's all good.
All right, Cascade, do you want to head out to see Zans with me?
Okay, sure. This one has a family?
Yeah.
How do we approach this one?
I was thinking of maybe doing the same thing. Just, we maybe just show up if there's a family so we don't call him. Like you said, maybe he'll run away.
Well, you already called him, right?
No, we called the other one.
You did call Zans and said you will be there from the
I thought we
hours.
called Laz.
No, you did not. You called Zans.
Well, then we've already called him, so we're just going to show up there because he's waiting for us.
All right, let's go. So you put in the address for Bayside Hill to go visit Zans. As you are pulling away and getting back onto the main road, you do hear a number of sirens as they're going across the other direction, but you seem to have escaped from that possible confrontation.
Right.
It takes about half an hour from here. At this point, it's around 1:30 anyway. So you're able to get there exactly around the time that you said that you would.
All right, so we go and knock on the door.
It is a beautiful beach house that is, bright whites and light blues and, has a number of different garden decorations out front. A beautiful view of the beach with a private entrance there. Very, very well to do. In terms of the actual size of the house, surprisingly not that big, but definitely got 3 floors going on and some balconies. It's a pretty nice dig. As you guys walk up, Cascade goes, "Whoa, this is the dream right here."
It really is.
All right. I'm ready for this. Let's go. You ready?
I'm ready.
Punches you in the arm.
Okay, calm down.
It's ready. You see like little bits of like lightning sparks kind of shot.
Talk first, then attack. Remember, talk, then attack.
I got it. You see like even the color of her hair goes from like dark and stormy and goes back to its normal purple color. You knock on the door and a small child opens it. A small yellow-green TechnoAXE who's wearing a little tiny hat, little cute little sun hat. And she looks up at both of you and goes, "Hello?"
Hi, my name is ALEC. I'm from the Astral Transport Company. I'm here to deliver something to Zan's.
She screams back. She goes, "Come on in!" And she invites you inside.
The second we're in, before anybody shows up, we're hitting that scan button as quickly as possible.
Sure. This place is significantly bigger than what you saw previously. You do hit that button, you do see the little girl. You also see off to the side there is another life force. You don't see it, but it's in another room. And then you also hear footsteps and you see one other life form come into your GPS view.
Sure.
So you only have a 30-foot range for what you have right now. So that's what you see at the moment. But a much taller yellow-green TechnoAXE, very similar to the child, wearing a light gray and pastel blue casual suit. That kind of very light material that you wear on the beach.
Like a linen.
Yep, exactly. Linen, that's the word I was looking for. Yep, you got it. He approaches and Zan's voice. Hello, yes.
Hi.
You are the Astral Transport Company individual I spoke with on the phone.
That I am. I have a package here from Dizzy to you.
Oh, the grandmother, yes.
Yes. So here's your package.
He goes, you can leave it on that main table over there.
Oh, you didn't want to open it?
No, I'm far too busy in order to... I'll take a look at it later, but I appreciate the time that you've taken to bring this package to me.
Oh, absolutely. That's what we're here for. At the Astral Transport Company, we're more than just a delivery service. We're here to help you in everything. As a matter of fact, we've been helping Dizzy as well to... She had a companion there, and she had to return it back to the manufacturer, so we're helping her do that. Do you have anything that we may be able to take for you?
What do you mean, companion?
So it was a wacky, waveable, inflatable arm companion that was there?
Oh, so I guess one of them finally decided to go with the companion droid. I thought we had decided against it, but I suppose that if that's what they wanted to do, that's fine.
Oh, it wasn't you that sent it?
No, I did not send the companion droid. I thought it was a pretty good idea, but RX was very against it, and so was Nax, so I suppose, splitting it down the middle, we just ended up kind of giving in to the girls' requests to not use the companion
Well, what about
droid.
Laszlo? Was he into it?
Laszlo, yes, he and I were both for the companion droid, yes. But, whatever.
Well, if it wasn't you, then it must have been Laszlo, because it wasn't RX. We just got done talking to her.
Oh, why are you talking to all the grandchildren?
Well, so Dizzy also had packages for all the other grandchildren, so we're delivering them to them as well. By chance, RX had a cactus that she had gotten at a Christmas party or a party where everyone brought presents. Did you get something from there too?
Oh, I didn't even... The kids picked it out. I don't care very much for whatever.
Which one was it? What is it?
Oh, I don't know. You can ask the kids. Who are you? Why are you asking these questions?
Well, you see, RX was actually just attacked by the cactus that she got.
Oh, is she all right?
Well, she is, because we were there, and we're here to help you now as well.
Oh, all right. Kids. He, claps his little feather hands. And there are 3 kids pop out from various corners of the house. The one that had answered the door is introduced as Minnie. We also have two other kids, one a little bit more yellow and one a little bit more green, Dew and Cheddar.
Do Cheddar?
Yep, and all three congregate and they say, yeah! And Zan says, all right, children, do you remember that Christmas party that we had? I guess Christmas exists on this planet.
Why not?
You know, the man of Christum and his ways. Yes, do you remember that party and you had to pick out one of the gifts, one of the random gifts? Which one did you pick out? And all three immediately put their hands up and go, the giraffe! He goes, the giraffe, of course, what an eyesore, but you know, kids and their wants and needs, I suppose. Follow me to the kids' room. And he leads you to...
I still have my scanner, and as we're going there, I'm certainly looking at that.
Absolutely. As he's leading you towards the kids' room, he goes, why is there so much concern about the companion droid? Did something happen?
Yes, it actually tried to attack me, so...
Oh.
Yes.
Goodness.
As did the cactus in Arx's place.
Very odd, very odd. Well, and we all took one or some sort of gift from the Christmas party.
If you haven't, I would recommend calling Arx, and she might have some good news, bad news really for you.
What do you mean?
Like I said, I would recommend calling Arx. I'm gonna tell him his brother's dead.
Sister.
Sister is dead.
All right, I suppose that I'll do that. Out of curiosity, you said you were helping Dizzy.
Yes.
Did she happen to mention anything about what were your intentions there?
Oh, I was just helping deliver a package, and then I also had to take away the companion.
Oh, very odd indeed. But I suppose in these days and age that odd things are happening every now and then. Very much like the story in my newest book.
Anyway, so the giraffe is right here.
Oh, we're almost there. You see, I'm currently working on a book called, you may have heard of the Silver Secret series. I am indeed that author, and currently working on one called Assassins of Fortune. I know it's been a while since I've come out with anything new, but you can tell your friends that it's on its way, and it's going to be unlike anything previously in the series.
I will absolutely tell them that.
And he continues to try to sell you on this book as he leads you into the very back, massive open sunroom. The sun's streaming through, has a beautiful view of the beach, and is littered with toys, stuffed animals, mechanical things. There's 2 different TVs in this room. It is an absolute mess. And your GPS immediately blips as soon as you step foot in this room. And you can very easily find where it's located because you see a 5-foot-tall stuffed giraffe that is hanging out around not the center of the room, but over off towards the side. And all the kids gather around it and they say, giraffe! And they just kind of like pat the giraffe.
All right.
Go, giraffe, 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 giraffe,
kids,
giraffe.
Why don't you go outside and play?
But our toys are in here.
Yes, but this giraffe is gonna have to go away, and so you need to go outside.
Mr. Giraffe!